Today we're painting a Blight Lord Terminator and talking about the 14th Legion, the Death Guard. But first, let's go back to the very start, starting with the Death Guard's Primarch, Mortarion. Mortarion landed on a planet called Barbarous, which was filled with all sorts of nasty gases, toxins and poisons. Mortarion had an adopted dad called Nakar, who, even though he taught him the ways of war, he was kind of a dick. He sat atop his mountain basically as an overlord, treating the people of Barbarous very poorly. Mortarion made it his goal to overthrow his adopted dad and free the people of Barbarous when the Emperor of Mankind landed on the planet. Straight away from their meeting, Mortarion was a little bit jealous of the Emperor, how the people of Barbarous looked up to him. They were in awe of the way he looks, and it made Mortarion very self-conscious because he's always been this very thin, pale, creepy looking dude. The Emperor asked Mortarion to come join him, which Mortarion refused. The Emperor presented him with a choice. Go up the mountain and kill your overlord of a father, and I shall leave you in peace. If you cannot do that, you must come with me and join my cause. So Mortarion went off on an adventure up the mountain to kill his overlord adopted father. Yet even at the top of the mountain, a Primarch like Mortarion couldn't withstand the fog, the toxins, the gas, and just as the Overlord was about to land the final killing blow on Mortarion, the Emperor stepped in and killed the Overlord himself. Mortarion, to put it lightly, was fuming about this. I mean, he did just Call of Duty World at War steal his kill. But a deal's a deal, so Mortarion left to join the Emperor in his great crusade, alongside his bestie from Barbarous, Callus Typhon, aka Typhus. But these circumstances of joining the Emperor was the start of resentment seeping in. Mortarion was then reunited with his legion, the Death Guard. And things were going great until a certain war master named Horus decided to start a Space Marine civil war. The Death Guard were on their way to Earth, Terra, when Mortarion's bestie Typhus, who we mentioned earlier, flew their ships straight into the arms of Nurgle. Yep, that's right, one of the 4 Chaos Gods Nurgle, the big stinky grandfather of plague and decay. Typhus flew the ships right into his stubby little arms. This caused the whole legion to then be infested with all sorts of disease, and they spread throughout the whole legion. Typhus had like a swarm of flies coming from him, and Mortarion was reborn as the Demon Primarch. I mean, he now looks pretty sick. He's got these cool wings. After the Horus Heresy, the Death Guard flew into the warp, and they now reside on a planet they decided to call the Plague Planet, where Mortarion himself sits upon a mountain, similar to that in Barbarous. It's funny how irony works, huh? Anyway, the Death Guard are super cool, and they're basically zombie space marines that are incredibly tough to kill, and I had tons of fun painting these. If there's any specific factions or legions you'd like me to paint and learn a little bit about the lore, drop it in the comments below and I'll get painting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you next time.